Every 3C2A team has dreams of making it here by the end of the season. We're down to the final 8. It's the women's volleyball playoffs here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Hi, everybody. I'm Matt Robinson, joined by Robert Lewis here in the booth. Mike Zapata will join us later. Happy to have you along for game number 1 of the quarterfinals here today between the Feather River Golden Eagles and the Mira Costa College Spartans. Well, Robert, two teams kind of traveling in the same direction at this point in time in the season, both on pretty good winning streaks. Mira Costa on a 10-match winning streak, Feather River on an 11-game winning streak. But Feather River looks like they may be the team to beat here right now, especially out of the north.
Well, Feather River was the number 1 ranked team in the state for most of the first part of the season. They hit a bump in the road. They lost 2 matches on the same day and killed a 19-match winning streak for them. They've gotten right back on track. They took care of their 10th consecutive Golden Valley Conference championship. They got 2 All-Americans in the Mary Nagase and Kayla Joyce. They're a very balanced team. And then you look at Mira Costa. I was talking with Coach Chris Muscat today, and he talked about the injuries they had. 2 players that they had 2 valuable players that missed in 2 consecutive losses in conference play in Pacific Athletic Conference play, PCAC play, where 2 players they lost, and they lost 2 in a row, and that hurt their chances for winning that title. They ended up finishing in 3rd place. They're the only non-conference champion at this tournament, but if you look at it, they're a top 8 RPI team.
Yep, absolutely. Very good team, and a short trip down here for them to Southwestern College, so maybe you factor in the bus legs a little bit with Feather River having to make the much longer drive to get down here.
Yeah, but Feather River had a police escort out of the campus. I don't know if you saw it on Twitter. So again, great support from that community up there in Feather River. And you got to give Sarah Ritchie a lot of credit. She really plays a hard schedule.
Yep.
Every year she plays all the top-ranked teams in the north. And I talked to Coach Muscat about the difference in the south and the north.
Yep.
And the north teams play these really tough schedules, and they play in a lot of quads. There's a 16-team San Joaquin Delta tournament that they play every year, and they just beat each other up.
Yeah.
And when you look at the south, they're playing more. Yeah, they play some quads, but there are a lot of just straight non-conference games. And Irvine Valley is a great example, the number 1 ranked team in the state. They're 25-0, but they didn't play any quads.
Exactly.
They play straight non-conference games.
Well, and that's what you talk about. Feather River, 34 games on their schedule, 27 of those 34 road games this year. They don't play at home. They're 7-0 at home, 25-2 on the road. You've got to give them a lot of credit in terms of those road games. Like we said for Mira Costa, you don't talk about playing a lot of quads for them, so it's a little bit lighter schedule, but still 21-5 is still a solid record for them. They're not as deep as Feather River, but it should make for an interesting matchup.
Absolutely. It's a South 4 seed and a North 1 seed, and it's a 10 a.m. match, but still, you're talking about state championship tournament. Anything can happen.
For Feather River, you already talked about their All-Americans, Kayla Joyce, Mary Nagase. For Mira Costa, they got a couple really heavy hitters on their side as well. Savannah So'oto, she's the big one coming out of Oceanside, pardon me, as we're getting ready for starting lineups national anthem. So we'll step aside for just a sec and turn up the house mic here for you.
Versus the number 4 seed from the south, the Mira Costa Spartans on Oceanside. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, would everyone please drop to the moving packs as we depart our river with a play of our national
Welcome back in here to Southwestern College. Matt Robinson and Robert Lewis with you as we are just about ready to go for game number 1 here, the quarterfinals. Feather River College and Mira Costa College, and have the starters ready to go for you. See the teams kind of out there. For Feather River, Kayla Joyce will be the libero. Mary Nagase will start as the setter. Sydney Gott also getting a chance to go. Natalie Thomas, Aurora Carnes, and Leila Tuya will get the start. For the Mira Costa College Spartans, Delaney McDonald, Leah Maleka, Haley Torres, Felicity So'oto, Savannah So'oto, and Pollo Peralta will start along with Ruki Kennedy. And, I mean, just about ready to go. Excited.
Mira Costa, Haley Torres
hit
23 kills in their round 2 regional win, 5-set win over San Diego Mesa. And that was the rubber match of 3 meetings between the PCAC teams. Again, when you talk about the Spartans and Mira Costa, I mean, they're virtually like a champion.
Yep.
I mean, they're 21-5 team, and Feather River cannot take them lightly.
Absolutely not. And Feather River, like we said, the number 1 team out of the North, Mira Costa, they slot in as the 6th seed, but as you said, really more of a 4 seed, as it should be a good little start here, just about ready to get underway, just waiting on the final preps.
Brian Silva is on the public address. Brian is the president of the California Community College Sports Information Association. It's going to call him Speedy Gonzalez the way he raced through the names for both the teams. But there's a lot of players, 19 players in the Feather River roster for the introductions.
Mira Costa will start. Savannah So'oto to serve, and she will get us underway. 28 aces. She puts the first one into the net, and Feather River has the first point of the match.
Nerves right away,
yep.
Right?
And that's going to be a key to serving, especially from that line. Feather River this year, very good from the back line. According to the stat sheet, no errors on the season from the back line. So it shows you just how much they work on this. As they'll float one in. Handled offense run, soft tip blocked, put right back, stuffed by Sydney Gott. As Nagase stays back to serve, there you saw it. Gott read the tip play well and just pushed it right back. As Nagase plays it in. They'll set near side, another soft touch kept up and sent over on a free ball. So we'll get to see Feather River's offense run. The slide play kept up. Good dig by the libero for Mira Costa. Another chance here, though, for Feather River. Big swing that time. Again kept up by Mira Costa. Good job on the defense from the Spartans. They can't quite get into their offensive set. Nagase, the dump play, no. Double touch going to be called, and an early 3-0 advantage for Feather River.
You know, Feather River is taking a page of American River's book by having a player like Mary Nagase on the roster. She can dump kills, she can hit, she can set, she does it all.
She runs the offense extremely well, and you see she's solid from the service line, puts it in. They run the offense to the near side. Torres with a soft swing. Nagase will play it far side. Big swing off the far side from Carnes was kept up, but it goes into the net. Another Feather River point. Peralta with a couple of digs, but the pass was miscommunicated, and you see it just falls harmlessly to the floor. So a 4-0 run to start here for Feather River. Peralta on the bump set. Torres with the swing kept up off the floor. Nagase inside set. Good enough for a point. Good swing from Sydney Gott.
Again, Nagase, just really smooth setter. Watching it for the fans at home, she just perfect sets. You can't say enough about her. And you know, Nagase and Joyce, what a combination for those two, the libero and the setter. And what I was referring to with American River in their state championship last year was Savannah Smith. Savannah Smith was a setter, but she could hit, and they did it in a 6-2 offense. And with Feather River, with Nagase, you know, she's giving them so many different aspects of the offense and the defense to help her team win.
When it changes the attack and changes the way you defend for Mira Costa, where you have to respect the dump play, she gets so high up on the set, and she has 3 hitters on the outside on each side of her that can really pound the ball as well.
And Mira Costa, again, it's 5-0, but first set jitters maybe a little bit for this team. And Coach Muscat definitely likes the fact that his team is healthy this year.
Yeah, and they need to try and stem this tide a little bit as we stay with the Nagasi serve, as it's a 5-0 run. We've seen Mira Costa kind of struggle to find their legs a little bit. Haven't really had a solid attack, as Nagasi back to serve at the service line once again. And she will just calmly float it over. They serve it to Torres. Inside set, good swing, as Maleka gets her first kill of the match, and it ends a 5-0 run. As Soto, the setter, did a good job to run the offense that time. As Maleka will go back to serve. Standing still, will float it in. It's handled by the libero, Joyce. They set far side, off the block and out. Good swing from Thomas as she tools it off the outside of the defending arm. You could see it there. McDonald just did not get up high enough, didn't read the play well. As Maya Carl will step back to serve. Carl this year, 52 service aces. She may be the first one to dial one up instead. Nope, she floats it in. Far side set off a tip as McDonald had this swing. It's going to be a free ball played over though, so Mira Costa will get another chance. They set far side. On the offside, kept up. Feather River just plays it over softly. Another swing, this time tooled off the block. Good swing from McDonald again off the weak side, as they went to her 3 times that time.
McDonald and Savannah Soto, again, the injuries earlier in the year, both players missed 2 key matches, and it was 2 losses in a row in PCAC play, and it took them right out of the PCAC race, and Grossmont and San Diego Mesa ended up tying for the title.
And you take a look, those were 2 of the key matches this year between Grossmont and San Diego Mesa. It's a quick inside set, and Gott just puts it straight to the floor. And it's tough, I think, if you're Mira Costa to know which attack you're going to see. As we talked about, 5 different hitters off the Feather River side with 200 plus kills this year.
200 plus kills, exactly. And, we got excellent middle blocker, ton of blocks. 200 plus kills.
Into the net, going to be called against Feather River, and it will give Mira Costa the point. I believe it was Florentin that ran into the net. She tried to quickly play it over and just kind of bumped the net a little bit. But back to what we were talking about, five different players with 200 kills, 5 different players with 40 plus blocks this year as well for Feather River, so they're just as good defensively as they are offensively, as that one kept up. Good dig out by Peralta. They set far side, and it was just a little bit too over the head of Peterson. She couldn't get a swing on it, and it's another unforced error for Mira Costa.
And Paola Peralta was a state player of the week earlier in the season. So was Joyce and Nagasi for Feather River. Peralta from Baja California, and a freshman libero, but she's already playing really well early in the first set.
Especially for a freshman, you can tell she's going to be looked at to go elsewhere. Good little swing off the backside on just a little soft roll, and it gets down. It was Torres with the kill. And Torres, again, one to watch for Mira Costa. You can see she never really got a jump at it, but read the defense and saw the open space.
And Kayla Joyce just not there in time.
As Peralta back to serve. This year, Peralta 59 aces. Good little float over. Tough play for Joyce. They keep it up, and they set onto the near side. Big swing from Lila Tuya.
14 times, 10 kills in a match.
As she goes back to serve, you talk about she's 3rd in the Golden Valley Conference in kills this year. 4th in hitting percentage. She hits at 27.9% as she floats this one in. Peralta handles. Tough set. Mira Costa couldn't get a good swing at it, so Feather River gets the offense, but it's into the block and down. Good job to get up on the combo block from Mira Costa on the far side. I believe it was McDonald that got up. She has 35 blocks this year.
Malika also in on that.
And actually it was Peterson, so we want to credit the right people, Peterson and Malika both there. And we'll send Haley Torres back to swing. Actually, Felicie So'oto back to swing here. And she will jump and float it near side, but she floats it out. Good read by Feather River, and they have a 10-5 advantage here. We've talked about Feather River, the heavy road schedule this year, 27 of their 34, and battle tested as well. Played multiple top 25 teams this year, and you just can tell a little bit right now, the nerve's just not there with Feather River at the moment. They seem very comfortable. That one a good swing off the outside as So'oto was able to tool it off the block and down, so it ends a small run for Feather River and gets it back to a 4-point game.
Sarah Rich has been here before, a couple of appearances in the state championship tournament, a couple of early exits too. And this is the chance for Feather River. This is the year, they hope it's their year, because they're the one team in this state championship tournament that has not a state title of any kind. Mira Costa doesn't have a major state title, but back in 1980 and 1981, there was a division between small schools and large schools, and they won 2 small school state titles. Again, not recognized as the major state title. So both schools really looking for their first true major title.
It's both still very much alive. It's a 3-point advantage here for Feather River. Backline swing, good, powerful swing from Tuya, and she gets the kill. And again, Nagase just smart on the offensive run there, Robert. She just knows where the open player is going to be.
Early on, when they won the San Joaquin Delta Classic, it was a 16-team tournament, and Joyce won the MVP of the tournament, but all we heard about was Nagase and her play. I mean, she's really been an All-American, first-team All-American, and really considered the North Region Player of the Year.
Miss hit from Carnes as the swing was a little bit high off the hand and went long.
Oh, it was 5-0 early. Now it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, it's already back. So Mira Costa starting to settle in a little bit. You could tell the first set jitters have kind of worked out as it's served over by Maleka. Soft touch kept up by Mira Costa. They set far side. McDonald with the swing. Down the line, she gets the point. Good swing from Delaney McDonald. 74 kills on the year. Only hits at 14.3%. But a good job to swing right down the line.
And she's what Coach Muscat was talking about. She's healthy. She's ready to play. Put a nice hit on the back line.
It's into the net called against Feather River. I can't tell who went in, and it's going to be a timeout by the Golden Eagles. I think they caught Nagase for going into the net there. So each team is taking a timeout, and it's a 1-point match at 11-10. So we've got a good one on our hands here, Robert.
And there's going to be 3 more.
3 more today.
So and just the first set. But the matchups are great. Coming up at 1 p.m., it's the South number 2 seed Grossmont, another PCAC team, another team playing in their home yard back here in San Diego County, in Chula Vista here at Southwestern College, and they're playing North number 3 Cabrillo. Cabrillo was the first true North champion in 2013. They're just a polished team. 6 out of this last 7 years they made it to the state championship tournament. And then at 4 p.m., Fresno City, the North number 2 seed, a 30-2 team, a 13-time Central Valley Conference champion with a 120-match win streak in that conference. And they're taking on the South 3 seed, a perennial state tournament team in El Camino College. And then, of course, at 7 p.m., really, I think the marquee match of the day.
Absolutely.
South number 1, Irvine Valley, state number 1 ranked team taking on American River, defending state champions.
Absolutely. That'll be a fun one later. Mike Cepeda and Robert will have that one for you. Is Feather River with a chance to attack here. Good dig on the backside by So'oto. Mira Costa, though, can't get it down as once again Feather River keeps it up. Outside touch kept up, and we go back and forward on a good little rally. Joyce again there with another dig, but the pass wasn't handled well, and Torres gets up and puts it back down. And actually, I think they called Torres into the net, so
also follows my rule. Anytime a team calls a timeout, what happens? Team that called the timeout gets the point right out of the timeout.
Chance to reset as Carl will go, and you can see it clearly on the replay. Torres was well over the net with her right hand. As Carl will send it in. Slide play works. Good swing from rookie Kennedy. Right through the middle, came right down the front. And Kennedy stands at 6'4", out of West Covina High School in West Covina, and she swings at 25.6%. You see why she works really well out of that middle blocker spot. Brooke Cabal in to serve. She'll step back to the service line. 17 aces this year. The lefty will float it in. Joyce right in the middle handles. Nagase wants to set near side. It was a tough swing. So Mira Costa will get a chance on the attack. That one off the block. Somehow stayed over onto the Mira Costa's side and then rode the tape out of play. So Feather River gets the point. As we take another look. Combo block off that far side by Gott and Tuya. That ball had a lot of extra English on it as Joyce will play it over here on the float serve. Net violation going to be called against Feather River. As you can see, the net shaking quite a bit. A couple of bodies on the combo block went right into it. So we trade points and we stay 13-12, a 1-point game here in favor of Feather River in this first set.
You know, talking to Coach Ritchie before the match, she loves the fact that she's got the 10 a.m. match, and the reason is if they win, she gets to watch the other 3 matches.
You get some extra rest for your side as well. Good swing right through the middle.
Definitely great for scouting and for rest.
Exactly. And that's a key component. You're going to play 3 games in 3 days if you make it all the way to the final. So if you get a chance to get an early game and get some extra rest, maybe you have a little bit fresher legs coming into the next day. And, you know, you don't think about that a lot, especially from a Feather River side who plays a lot of quads. But same thing for Mira Costa. If they get a win, they get a little bit of a rest, and they can actually go home and sleep in their own beds if they want.
How about that ace right there by Lauren Orban? Let's check that out again. It was really close. You can't really see it on the video, on the replay there, but let's see.
I think by Kubal's reaction, though, it was there, and Ornbarn again with another ace on the next swing.
Back to back.
So you make it a 4-point advantage, and Mira Costa calls the timeout once again.
Yeah, earlier this year she had 7 aces in a match against College of the Red Ones.
As she has been the secondary center this year, Ornbarn, but it helps to have that advantage because you do get the chance to get Nagase onto the outside a little bit and take swings as well. And obviously we see the serving prowess as you saw the last one there. So another timeout for Mira Costa as Chris Muscat wants to talk to his ladies here and get a little bit of a feel back in this game as they trail once again by 4. It's been a pretty tight little first set after a 5-0 run for Feather River to open it up. Mira Costa brought it all the way back to 1, but now Feather River, a little push once again as they've gone on a 4-1 run here against Mira Costa.
If Mira Costa somehow gets past Feather River and Grossmont beats Cabrillo, you got an all-PCAC semifinal tomorrow. That's, you know, anything can happen, but I think we're leaning toward possibly a North semifinal where Feather River and Cabrillo, and 2 teams that, again, they beat each other up in the regular season, and they both faced each other.
Well, and yeah, one of the 2 losses for Feather River came to Cabrillo, the other one to Folsom Lake. So, and that was that day that you said they lost 2 games on the same day.
And what's interesting about that double loss.
Ooh, is a good solo block. Blair Magan, I believe, right through the middle on the solo block. Actually, it was Colette Florentine, excuse me.
Feather River had come off a huge high the night before. They played UC Santa Cruz, the varsity, and they won in 5 sets. Now, at our level, the California Community College level, counts as a victory.
Yeah.
They looked at it as an exhibition match, but the fact of the matter is, it was a big deal. They beat a 4-year university team.
Yep.
Come off a huge high, and then they got to play a quad the next day against 2 really talented teams at Folsom Lake and Cabrillo, and it really did bite them. I mean, they lost that first one, and then they got swept, and that it was just a real tough day for them and a learning experience, I think, for Sarah Ritchie's squad.
There we saw some of the skill out of Nagase on the soft touch as they switch around. and she just tips it over the top of the block and gets it down. And you talk about that letdown. Santa Cruz, not a team to sneeze at when you talk about beating a Division I, an NCAA talented
Does not
team.
happen. Does not happen.
As Tuya will float it in, and she has the service ace to the back line. Good swing. And she just kind of floats it long. And this is why you talk about Feather River's service game being very strong. They don't make a lot of service errors, and they just get the ball in.
Twice they've hit one on the sideline, one on the back line.
As Peralta, a tough handle on the first one, tried to handle it overhead. It's a free ball over. Ornbarn inside set, didn't get it up high enough, but somehow Feather River keeps it off the floor after the block. They kept it up again, and Mira Costa will have a chance to attack. Soft swing somehow finds its way down. Good roll on the swing from So'oto, and she made it tough on the defense to cover.
Nice little roll right there by So'oto.
And that's one that we've seen her try and use quite a bit. Mira Costa maybe not trying to go for as much power as we've seen Feather River try and work in, but it's worked. It's kept them in the game. Right now they trail 19-14 here in this first set. As Felicity So'oto to play it over, and Feather River out of rotation, or early rotation. And you can see Joyce kind of looking at the near side down official like, wait, what happened?
Either way, it's an ace.
Yeah, it's an ace either way.
If you're out of rotation, it's an ace.
And there's another one, a good swing and a tough handle. Tuya couldn't handle it. And all of a sudden, watch out, back to a three-point match. So'oto stays back at the back line. She'll float it in. Far side set, powerful swing kept up as Carnes had the look. Combo blocked by Feather River, but Mira Costa will punch it back over, but they punch it out of play. As it was So'oto trying to catch the defense sleeping. And Ornbarn, credit her, she was watching that one with a hawk-like eye to make sure it got out of play. And then a service error from the back line. Jessica Schumann puts it into the net, so it gives the point right back. Tight here first set, 20-17.
I always look at the fact that sometimes you send a player in and they have one mission, and that's to get the ball over the net. And when they make that mistake, it's really tough when they have to come right out.
Yeah, you kind of look at the bench like, oh, I don't want to go over there now. That one into the tape. Savannah So'oto from the back line just didn't have enough height on it. And it gives the point right back to Feather River, and it'll send Nagase back to the line. Subs rotate in and out. It's fast-paced in volleyball. So Nagase will send it in, and Peralta will handle. They set weak side. The soft touch didn't work from McDonald. And then an illegal touch from Feather River will give Mira Costa the point back.
Striking distance, only trailing by 3.
As Maleka will play it over. They'll set strong side for Gott, and she can just punish it right to the floor. Doesn't get much easier than that for Sydney Gott, as she had a wide open lane. Mira Costa just too late on the slide over.
You know, there's a lot of press this year for Nagase and Joyce, and you don't hear a lot about Gott, but obviously a great hitter.
Well, and she's good at the net, too. Number 4 in the state in blocks per set, has about a block per set, just a little bit over that. 5th in the Golden Valley Conference in kills, and she's the number 1
in hitting percentage. Right.
So, yeah, you talk about doesn't get a lot of press because you've got the best libero in the state who's just a freshman.
2 All-Americans.
Yep. And a sophomore setter who's also a solid attacker. But forgot just a freshman out of Quincy, California. Certainly keep an eye on her as she's blocked that time. stuffed right back. Feather River was able to keep it off the floor, and then a double called against Mira Costa. So Feather River gets the point anyway.
There's the libero stepping in, Joyce, to get that ball over the net.
When
Huge point.
Yeah, you talk about being an All-American. 578 digs coming in to this weekend, 5th in the state in that. And she's just excellent on the defensive side. As Nagase will set near side. On the weak side, Natalie Thomas with a good swing. And Mira Costa was set point here. Just good vision, sees that she has the single and decides to play it right down the net. As Joyce will play it in. Mira Costa's strong side swing, and they get it down. Good swing off that near side from Haley Torres. And she's got yet another kill and keeps the first set alive here, but Feather River will have a chance to attack for it. As Torres to the back line will float it in. Tuya plays it first. Nagase sets weak side, kept up at first, but then finds its way to the floor. So Thomas with the swing, and that ends the first set, 25-20 in favor of Feather River.
We'll get the stats in a few minutes, but again, working to both the right side and the left side. Nagase, just a terrific set for her. 5-point win. Feather River's going to be feeling really good about that first set. Got it out of the way. And Mira Costa, hey, it's okay. They were trailing 5-0, and they got it back to within 1 in the middle of the set, and they lose by 5 points, but at least they got that first out of the way as well.
So it's a tight first set, 25-20 in favor of Feather River. We'll take a quick break. Second set action when we come back here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Welcome back in here to Southwestern College as we get you ready for second set action here between the Feather River Golden Eagles and the Mira Costa College Spartans. Some of those first half stats for Feather River, leader on their side on kills, Natalie Thomas. She had 4 kills, no errors, 8 attacks.
Two of those kills right at the end of the set, key points there. And 2 aces for Ornbahn, those 2 aces in a row. Also, Kayla Joyce had 4 digs. They hit 138, but, Mira Costa hit 0. So
yeah.
7 attack errors there.
And
not much from Haley Torres. 2 kills so far.
She's been quiet as a good dig from Nagase on the back line, but a missed swing off to the near side as it was Carnes trying to get the swing, and she just missed it. I think she just straight whiffed it. As we take another look on the replay here. Yep, she just straight whiffed it. And it was a bump set a little bit over her head, so a tough one there. As Maleka will play it in. They go right back onto the near side. It was blocked, and then a swing off the near side hits the tape and goes out, and an early 2-0 advantage for Mira Costa here.
You talked about it in the first set, the fact that really Mira Costa really didn't get their offense going in that set.
Yeah, they didn't find a rhythm at all, and then they go and give a service error right back as Maleka plays it into the net. And those are the kind of things, those unforced errors we talk about, looking at the stats, looking at the numbers. You're hitting at 0% because you've had 7 errors, 7 kills. You can't have those unforced errors.
Also 2 ball handling errors in the first set for Mira Costa. Feather River had none.
And that's the difference so far. It's a 2-1 advantage, and the serve long from Feather River, and a very rare service error from the Golden Eagles. There's some subs checking in and out. Kubal will step back to serve here for the Spartans. Kubal, just a freshman out of Sierra High School, Prather, California, 5th in assists per set as she's their secondary setter. Feather River played it over free. And back-to-back touch is going to be called against Tuya. That's illegal. Can't do it. Can't touch the ball twice. And I think that's just reactionary out of Tuya. You see the first one kind of hit her hand and can't do that. So a 3-point advantage here for Mira Costa as tooled off the block and out. Swing off to the far side from Feather River, and Kennedy just wasn't able to get her hands high enough up over the net. And actually, Kennedy never even got over there, excuse me. I think it was Torres onto that that far side. Difficult set. Good job from Mira Costa just to keep it up and over. But Feather River will get an attack. Tuya able to slam it down.
I really like what I see out of Tuya. She's a pretty good defender for her size. And nice swing right there.
Now Long Beach, California gets up very well. Does a good job on the defensive side as well, as that one's kept up by Nagasi. So they go to Tuya again, and she's going to find a way to get the kill. Setting onto that strong side for Tuya, and she's able to stay inside the antenna off the left side and get another good little swing in. So we're right back to even at 4-all.
Nice serve.
Tough float serve from Joyce, but then Tuya with a swing error that goes right into the net. And that's, again, that little float serve from Joyce has created some problems already today. That time it did, but Mira Costa escapes because of the errant swing. Spartans will play it over. That time off the block and down. Good swing by Natalie Thomas once again.
It's her 5th kill.
She's been solid, especially off that weak side today. And it'll bring Ornbarn back in to serve. Is the match even at 5 here in the second set? 1-0 in favor of Feather River in terms of the set score. As net violation called against Feather River, and that's what, maybe the 4th time today we've seen that on the Golden Eagles?
Yeah, it's a little uncharacteristic.
And those are the types of things that can come back and haunt you as a match continues on. As it wasn't even they were just going up and they ran into the net. So talk about very uncharacteristic as Peralta will come back to serve. Good short float serve. Joyce had to do a lot to get to it, and it turns into a point for Mira Costa.
Nagasi had a little trouble with that one. And big timeout right there. Mira Costa come running it right out of the chute. 7-5 lead in the second set.
We'll take a break. Second set action. We come back here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Back inside Southwestern College, Matt Robinson, Robert Lewis with you here as we get set to continue in the second set. 7-5 in favor of Mira Costa College as they look to try and even the match, trailing 1-0 as it's Peralta back to serve. This time she'll send it long, and it's a service error from Peralta. So the timeout works for Feather River.
I'm telling you,
your rule
coaches
goes again.
are going to argue with me. No, it's 50-50. No, it's not 50-50. I'd love to see if they had the analytics on it, but it always it seems like it's more like 85-15 more on a percentage.
I would say you're right. From all the volleyball matches I've watched, the team that calls the timeout usually gets the first point out of the timeout.
There's something about it.
Mira Costa gets it right back off of a swing that just kind of found an empty space after Tuya played it in. You take another look at it here. It was Maleka, and she didn't get a good swing on it, but she put it over the top of the defense. Everybody had moved forward thinking she was going to go power. As Soto back to serve. She'll float it back as they serve Tuya. Nagase off of a weak side set, and she gets the kill out of it as a mishandle on the play from Peralta once again off the back line.
You know, the coaches are always pointing out who do you want to serve to, who do you try to get that advantage. They've been going to Tuya set.
She's done well.
Her serve receive has been fantastic today.
Yeah, you may want to change up who you're going after, but the question is, who do you go after at this point if you're Mira Costa? Because Feather River has a number of good handlers. That time they could not get the block, as going up was Savannah Soto. She had a good swing off the strong side. As Soto to play it in. Slide play kept up as Soto with a diving dig. Joyce will keep it up on the far side. They set inside, and it's got once again. Didn't have quite the big numbers in that first set, just 2 kills, but again, as you were probably going to say, just don't get a lot of press, but she's very good through that inside.
And they have balance with Thomas and Gott up front and Tuya.
Swing error off the near side as Maleka again off the near side just had a little bit too much juice under it. Actually, it was Gabrielle Peterson. We're kind of in the corner here, so the numbers kind of blur together at some point in time looking over players.
Good block there.
Absolutely. Combo able to get up and get it, but it's another chance for Mira Costa, and it's a swing error from Haley Torres.
These attack errors, they're mounting up on the Spartans right now, and it's a close match, but got to eliminate the mistakes to beat a Feather River team.
Absolutely. Feather River leading now 10-9 here over Mira Costa in this second set. Nagase back to serve. She'll float it. Tough handle for Peralta, and Mira Costa, another attack here. I mean, not much Soto could do that time, trying to run forward and poke it ahead from the back line.
That's a tough play for the hitter to get that over the net at that point.
As we'll take a timeout here, 11-9 in favor of Feather River here in the second set. 11-9 in favor of Feather River as we continue in the second set here. Feather River with a 1-0 lead. As Nagase back to serve as we get you going once again. Matt Robinson and Robert Lewis here with you. As Nagase serves to the far side as she goes at Torres. Mira Costa into the block, and Feather River gets the combo block point. So it's tough to see who got up off the near side.
Carnes, I think, on the right. Carnes got it.
I think you're right. I think it was Carnes who was able to get up high enough to get a hand on it. So we'll stay with the Nagase serve. 3-point advantage. She sets onto the far side and this time sets it or serves it out. And a rare error for Nagase off the service line. So it stays a 2-point advantage here for Feather River. As Maleka will step back to serve. She'll float it towards Tuya. Quickly.
Great set. Great set. What about that set right there?
Oh my gosh. Sets Thomas right up.
Tees it up.
And it's a solid set too. It's not a float set. She line drives it. And there's nothing that So'oto could do off the back line. She tried everything, threw all of she could at it, and could not keep it up off the ground. It's Maya Carl back to float it in. So'oto will handle. And a swing error once again off of a bad set. Delaney McDonald could not get a good swing at it, as Felicity So'oto just didn't get it high enough and forward enough to give her a chance.
You know, Coach Muscat said before the match he felt that Feather River had the most balanced team. You really can see it. So many different weapons out there, and they don't make a lot of mistakes.
Well, they go more than 6 deep, too. They're like 8-9 deep into the bench. As we see off the bench right here, Maya Carl with the service ace out of Anchorage, Alaska. The sophomore doubles as a libero and a defensive specialist. Serves it in, another tough serve. Mira Costa, the soft touch does not go. Joyce with the bump set. Tuya, swing air into the net. And I think
I jinxed them.
Yeah, you did. I don't know if she would have gotten it over. Kennedy was up there. The big 6'4" middle blocker was ready to go. And so we'll get subs in. Ms. Kubal back to serve. She's been pretty much a service specialist here today. The freshman setter out of Prather, California, stepping back to the line. She'll float it in. Tuya handles. Nagase, high set, gives Tuya enough time and she pounds it down. And it's a Feather River point. You talk about a big hit. Tuya got a lot behind that one.
You look at the heights of the Feather River kids. You know, Tuya's a 6-footer. Tom is 6'1", Gott 6'3". It's no coincidence why this team is the North Region's top team. 32 wins to lead the state.
And it makes sense why they're so balanced too. As another good set from Nagase, and she finds Natalie Thomas, who with another solid swing, and now they're just starting to go with the power game.
You know, Natalie Thomas has 12 straight matches with double-digit kills. It's very quiet, but she's probably going to have 10 before this one's over.
I think so, too. As another timeout by Mira Costa. A 6-point advantage for Feather River. We'll take the break as well. 17-11 here on SoCal College Sports in the second set. We come back in here, second set action. It's actually an 18-11 advantage for Feather River. So when we went to break, it still said 17-11, but it's a 7-point lead here for the Golden Eagles. As Joyce back to float it in, handled by So'oto. Backline swing just touched over, and it'll give Feather River a chance again. Set to Thomas, but it's dug out. Good defense by Mira Costa, but Feather River going to have another chance. Tuya didn't get a good swing at it. Backline swing from So'oto kept up.
Huge.
And a net violation once again, as I think Florentin went into the net that time on the swing. We'll take another look at it here. Yep, absolutely. But still, you talk about Nagase with that set to set up her swing. It's just very dangerous.
Tua again. They keep serving to her.
And it hasn't worked very much.
No, not at all.
As they get another kill off the far side from Feather River, as Nagase again running the offense well.
She went behind there.
It was a tough swing for Thomas. Give Thomas a lot of credit to get up and make that swing as solid as it was.
How about that decision making by Nagase last second? I'll just flip it back. No problem.
As this serve into the tape, poked down, and it's going to be an illegal touch from Florentin on the near side. And you talk about that overhead back set. It's not a skill that a lot of setters in the 3C2A have.
Not at this level.
You see it a lot in the NCAA. You see it a lot in the Olympic play. Absolutely not here. As Peralta back to serve. She'll float it short. Tough serve. And a double touch called against Feather River. So once again, Mira Costa climbing right back in. 19 to, it's either 14 or 15. Wait to see if the score
19,
clicks.
14.
There we go, 19-14. Just kind of waiting to delay. I couldn't remember what the score was before that.
Peralta leads the team in aces this year. She had 54 coming in the regular season.
And she's number 1 in the PCC in service aces as well, and you can see why. That tough little float serve gives Mira Costa an attack chance, and they tool it off the block and out, and we're right back to a three-point set, excuse me. And it was Soto on the swing that time, and you could see Florentin just couldn't slide over quick enough to get up and help on the block. So we stay with Peralta here. They serve this time to Nagase. She keeps it up. They set Tuya, and she just pounds it down.
Huge factor in this match, Tuya.
And credit Ornbarn, the secondary setter, in there.
Similar play.
Yep.
She copied Nagase on that one, and it worked.
Tuya back to serve here. Good little short serve. Mira Costa will set So'oto, but her soft touch didn't go. Nagase now will get a swing. Good dig out from Kubal. And they get the point out of it as Peterson was able to poke it off the block and in.
Seemed like a miscommunication on the defensive end right at the point. Take a look at the swing. Let's see. We got the tip. No, neither one was going to get to that.
And I think it was just Florentin didn't slide over fast enough on the block side. You see she was a little late on it. As Felicity So'oto back to serve. She'll go at Tuya again.
Tuya again.
Nagase this time on the swing. The power tip kept up. Played over, a free chance here for Feather River to attack again. This time Nagase, cross-court winner. And you talk about a balanced, well-rounded player. She's good defensively. She's a great setter. And look at, she can take a swing too.
Powerful.
As it'll send Schulman back to the line to serve here. She'll float long. Torres will handle. Inside set, Malecha blocked. Kept up.
Great save.
Great save from So'oto. Feather River on the soft touch. Poked over. Dangerous chance. Feather River able to keep it in play. Tip from Nagase didn't work. And then
Peralta on the
an illegal touch, I believe, against.
It was on her set.
Yeah.
Rolled it.
And so it.
Tough mistakes at this juncture of the match too. It's Feather River closing in on a possible 2-0 set lead.
They lead by 6 here. Nagase and got up on the combo block. Kept up by Mira Costa. And then a swing error off the near side on the weak side from Peterson.
Yeah.
She tried to play it down the line. You take another look at it here.
That was McDonald, right?
It might have been.
Number 3.
It's either 3 or 7. I can't. I think you're right. I think it was
Seven's
McDonald.
Seven's out right now.
Yeah, I think you're right. It was
McDonald went
McDonald.
down the line, yeah.
As a service error from the back line from Feather River. So it keeps it at a 6-point advantage here for the Golden Eagles. As So'oto taking her time will float it in. They go at Tua again. Nagase, backhand set.
Boy, they love that backhand set. That's about 4 points now late in this match where they've done the similar play.
And she got that time on a little bit of a slide swing. And Feather River serving for the second set here. And guess who? Nagase back to serve. Goes at Peralta. So Otto will set near side. McDonald's swing kept up. Feather River a chance to attack for the set. Blocked. Bounces off the tape. Now a swing, little sloppy here. But Mira Costa keeps it alive. Good far side set to Torres, and on her strong side punishes it down. Good little dig from Peralta there.
Big play there.
And you can see got just a little late on the swing over for the block. But Feather River to attack for the second set here. Nagase sets near side. Swing from Thomas kept up. Torres poked it over, pokes it back over again. Thomas off the block and down, and there it is. Second set winner. Thomas gets the kill, 25-18 in favor of Feather River. They have a 2-0 lead as we'll take a break here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Welcome back in here to Southwestern College, Feather River, and Mira Costa. It's a 2-0 lead for Feather River. And Robert, Feather River's attack's been pretty good so far today, very balanced.
Better in the second set. They had 14 kills in the second set. Natalie Thomas, she had 4 kills in the first set, 4 kills in the second set. She's hitting 4-12. She only has 1 error. You got Leah Tua. She had 4 kills in that second set. She's hitting 364. We talked about her defense. She has 3 digs, but who cares about that? It's the servicing. She has been flawless on servicing.
And they've gone after her. Mira Costa has gone after her the entire match. It has pretty much been Tua, go after her, and she has kept the ball in play every single time.
You know, Sydney got her 5 kills, but such a powerful swing, and she's got a block solo and a block assist doing her job. Nagase, of course, you know, all around, 3 kills, 17 assists, 6 digs. It's exactly what you're going to see out of an All-American like that. And, of course, then you got Kayla Joyce. She only has 6 digs, but she also has 5 assists.
Absolutely. For Mira Costa, they've just, again, had trouble finding the offense. Haley Torres has been a non-factor. 17 attacks. She's had 2 errors, just 3 kills.
3 kills. And Savannah Soto has 4 kills. She leads them right now. And she's been playing well. Actually, both the sisters have actually played pretty decently in this match. Felicity Soto has 7 assists, 2 aces, and 3 digs.
As it'll be Mira Costa to start here. One they need to get going, Rookie Kennedy as well. We've talked about her a little bit in the break. Just 2 kills for her, only 3 attacks for her.
And she's not in there right now.
Yeah, she's off the floor at the moment. Oh my goodness, Nagase with a sweep.
I want to see that one again.
Oh Lord. I don't know if there's another player in the 3C2A that can make this play. Look at that, over her head with her right hand. And she goes back to serve here. We'll float it long and a service error. And we talked about that as well. 7th service error on Feather River. Hasn't hurt him yet today.
No, not at all. And everything else is helped by the excellent attack for Feather River. Their offense has been terrific all match.
As Maleka back to serve here. We'll float in. They go at Tua again. Nagase, strong set, but right into the block. Good job on the combo. Yeah, and you were going to say Kennedy up along with McDonald there as well.
That time they were prepared.
Yeah, they read that one very well.
Good wall block.
It's a tough handle and an overhead handle from Soto. They'll play it over, and Mira Costa will play it out, so it's a point for Feather River.
She just wanted to save it.
Yeah. And it was a tough initial handle from Savannah Soto as she tried to handle it overhead. And you could see McDonald just a little bit too much up on her upper arm. So it'll send Maya Carl back to serve.
Still unforced errors.
Absolutely. Well, and that's been the story. I mean, yes, Feather River's had the attack chances, and they've done well to clean them up, but a lot of unforced errors from Mira Costa is that time off the block and out. Tua tools it right off the left hand of Kennedy. Not much Kennedy could do.
Basically 3 players that are approaching 10 kills apiece.
Well, and that's, we've talked about it as a service ace.
Gotta have a little luck,
Sometimes
too.
It's just rolling your way. Carl gets it off the tape and in. As that's the break sometimes. As you can see, that one just kind of hits the tape and spins over. Not much Mira Costa could do. 2-point lead here in the 3rd set for Feather River. Mira Costa will set McDonald. Dug out by Carl, but sign out for Mira Costa as I think it went outside the antenna or over the antenna wrong or something. I don't know what happened. I couldn't see.
The South audience getting to see Feather River play, and you can just see this is no slouch. This is a definite top 2 ranked team. They deserve to be up there, and there's so many different things you got to be impressed about in this opening match.
As Cabal will float it in. Joyce handles. Nagase, Tua, solid swing, but it's kept off the floor. Bump set from Peralta. Soft touch over from Torres did not work. They'll set Torres again, that time into the block, and a net violation called against Mira Costa, as I think Torres went into the net on the swing. That was the previous play before that. 5-3 in favor of Feather River here. Joyce back to serve.
They have not been able to get Haley Torres going in this match.
She hasn't found a way so far today. That time she does, though. Tools it off the block and down. As Feather River gets the point right back. And you talked about she's had the bulk of the attack so far today. 17 coming into this 3rd set. And already with 3 or 4 attacks here is a good serve. Tua.
And Tua saves it.
Keeps it in play. Mira Costa on an inside swing. And then Tua tried to swing as it came back over, and it was stuffed right back by rookie Kennedy. Kennedy had the initial look. I don't think that ever touched anybody on Feather River side, so
Boy.
I think Mira Costa caught a little bit of a break there.
You got to love, you can't replace height, right, with
Absolutely.
Kennedy, and she got up there. Big hit and nice save.
Absolutely kept in play. Feather River a little unorganized, able to keep it in play though. And Mira Costa will set near side. So'oto hit the antenna. Does not count, as she cannot do that. And it makes it a 6-5 lead in favor of Feather River.
I got Mira Costa now at 16 attack errors. Now Feather River, they have several attack errors. They had 13 coming into the set, but again, their offense is just running a lot smoother than Mira Costa's.
And you got to, a lot of that is Nagase. She just runs it very well from that middle position. As that time blocked, stuffed right back down, and a point for Kennedy. And again, you can't beat height. Kennedy just goes straight up and puts it right back down to the floor.
Coach Muscat's going to have to pull out all the cards now. They need to find something to get their team on a run, a true scoring run. They really haven't. They've had a little bit in that second set early on, and really not much else.
No, they have not been able to put multiple points together at all today. Feather River's pretty much been in the lead the whole time. They get back-to-back points here, though, off a Nagase error. And she kind of just shook her head afterwards. I don't know. So we take another look at it here. I think she just mishit it.
Looked like she also was trying to go cross
Yeah,
court. She
which-
was thinking
yeah.
about the cross court, and then
Changed her
that
mind.
caused the attack error, right? Right. She's always thinking, right? She's always trying to make what's the best move she can make.
As a joust at the net, and it's going to be an illegal touch called against Mira Costa. Malecha looking at the bench and asking, and Chris Muscat all the way down to the down official to ask, wait, it's right at the tape.
It's weird. That was an odd call.
So it's side out in favor of Feather River. Tua back to serve. 7-all here in the third set. Feather River a chance to close this one out quickly and get a nice long rest after this first match. 3 more matches coming up today. Here on SoCal College Sports, we'll have them for you. As that time, So'oto off the block and out. Good swing from So'oto to find the open space.
And the one hitter who's been able to get some points for the Spartans. They need to get her going. They need to get Haley Torres again with only 4 kills in this entire. I think has 1 kill in this set.
Yeah.
4 kills, and this is a lady who had 23 in her previous match and has been a force all year for them.
Yeah, and she has been that force. You talk about Haley Torres, 19 of 26 matches with 10-plus kills this year, 16 matches with 10-plus digs. So she's a very good all-around player. She hasn't found a rhythm at all today, and that's what really hurt Mira Costa at this point is Feather River serving in.
Carnes with that last kill, finding it from all the different areas, and then there's So'oto.
Again, off that near side on the strong side, gets the kill. Not a powerful swing, but enough to tool it right off the block and down, as it's a smart swing from her. She steps back to the service line here.
They're up 1, 9-8.
Nagase, slide play, and Sydney Gott just makes sure to take care of it and clean it up. And they've worked this a lot, that back overhead set from Nagase with Gott on the running swing.
Who did they serve to?
Yeah.
Tua
again. And at some point you maybe got to change it. You got to go after somebody else. As Nagase sends it in. Peralta will handle. Torres off the tape, kept up by Nagase. Bump set from Joyce into the block. Off the swing of Carnes, but Feather River another chance. And that time a swing error as Thomas just played it right into the tape.
Good block there.
Malecha getting up. Also some help from McDonald. The Malecha was there again on the near side. So 10-9 in favor of Mira Costa, trying to extend it. They need the set to keep the game alive. Another swing into the block. And that time Mira Costa into the tape, so it gives Feather River the point right back. So they keep trading points, 10-all here in this third set. 2-0 lead for the Golden Eagles. And you can see McDonald wasn't happy with herself after that swing. As Carl will send it in. Soft touch from Kennedy, kept up off the floor by a diving dig from Joyce. Mira Costa just has to play it over. They keep poking it back and forward.
Left-hander there.
Yeah. And that time the kill good for Natalie Thomas. Was able to get it off the hands of Soto. And actually Peralta couldn't make the play on it. So Carl will float it back in. 11-10 lead for Feather River here in the third set. Soft touch from Torres, punched right back over the net by Thomas. So Otto from the back line, dug out by Nagase. Joyce with the bump set, and it was too far ahead of Thomas. And it's an unforced error from Feather River, and evens them the third set here at 11. And you can see Thomas, her hand just kind of waved right by it, didn't get enough on it. Off the bump set from Joyce. So Cobal back to serve now. The left-hander today with no errors from the back line, but doesn't have any aces either. That one was camped in, and they set God again on the near side, and she tools it off a block once again.
And again, Tua in the server's seat. And you mentioned it earlier, are they going to try something different? So far, their serves are not effective. Maybe
that's who they've identified as the weakest link on the defensive side on serves, but Tua has shown, I'm fine. Keep coming at me. Nagase sets near side. It was blocked. Somehow Feather River keeps the play alive. Near side set. Torres, big swing. Pounds it off the block and down. And you need that if you're Mira Costa. You need Haley Torres to get going.
Haley Torres needs to go on a run. That's a big kill for her right there. Maybe get that confidence going.
Just a little late on the combo from Feather River. 12-all here in the third set. Nagase, inside set. Tua doesn't get it. She hit it long, and she missed it on the left side as well. Back-to-back points for Mira Costa. Good serve from Torres, short. Joyce with the easy handle. They set to Thomas, and it's dug out.
By Torres.
Yep. Talk about Torres trying to find her way, and a double touch going to be called against Carl. Tried to handle overhead and just missed it with her right hand.
You know, Feather River's been making mistakes. They've had the attack errors, they've had the service errors, and a couple of set errors, and it's not hurt them.
Yeah.
Not hurt them.
Because they get it right back as Torres plays it into the net, and it evens the match at 13 here. The set at 13-all. And actually, it's 14-13. I'm looking at the wrong scoreboard. It's a 1-point advantage here for Mira Costa. As Ornbarn back to serve. Mishandle from Kennedy. And outside the antenna. And Mira Costa has brought it right back to 14, or excuse me, Feather River has brought it right back to 14-all.
Yeah, that time, I'm not sure if Kennedy should have.
Yeah, she should have let that one go.
I want to let that gun go, but it does turn into a point, but 14-14 game.
Good third set here, back and forward. Backline swing from Torres. Tough handle, but they keep it up. Feather River will set towards Tua.
Big swing, big kill.
And she just punishes it straight down. And Tua at 6 foot. Carnes at 6 foot. We've talked about the height. They're two of the shorter ones on the Feather River side.
Tua's my MVP of this match.
Absolutely.
Right now.
She's been great. Peralta with the first handle. Torres over. Comes right back onto the Mira Costa side, so they'll get a chance to go at it again. So Otto, good swing. Mishandle from Carl, and she gets the kill.
You know what I like about Mira Costa right now? You know, they're trailing 2 sets. The season's on the line, but they're staying with it. They're staying with it. You don't see a lot of tension, and they're just trying to play their game.
As Peralta to float it in. Handled from Tua again.
And a good serve.
She's blocked on the swing. Nagase with the dump play. Didn't work. Good job from Peralta to run over and keep that one off the floor. But then a stuff block right back. I think it was Florentin on the stuff block.
Yeah.
Absolutely good. Good look from our camera angle right there on the net. And it puts Feather River in a lead at 16-15 here. As there's Tua to float it in, off the tape, tough serve to handle. Mira Costa keeps it off the floor, but a combo block. Two of them go up, and I think it was Florentin again.
Carnes and Florentin.
And a timeout called by Mira Costa. We'll go with him. 17-15 in favor of Feather River here on SoCal College Sports in the third set. (17-15) in favor of Feather River as we come back in here to Southwestern College. Matt Robinson, Robert Lewis here with you. As Tua back to serve. As you've said, Robert, she's been the MVP here today for Feather River. Been very good on service handles, yeah. As Mira Costa will get a ball over, but Feather River going to get an attack out of it. Tua's swing kept up. Bump set from Peralta. Soto finds a way to find the floor and gets it back to a 1-point set. I think just a miscommunication out of Feather River. As you can see, Ornbarn kind of ducked, thought she had some help on the backside, but did not.
Savannah could develop into one of the better hitters. She's a freshman, so come back as a sophomore.
Absolutely.
She's going to be one of the better ones in the PCAC next year.
And you got to remember, 262 kills coming in. She did miss 5 matches through the middle of the season as well.
Yeah, it was a big loss for them. Again, I think it truly affected the course of the way the conference championship was decided, as it was a co-championship between Grossmont and San Diego Mesa.
Good swing from Maleka in the middle. She gets the kill, tooled it off the block and down. Gets it back to a 1-point game here in the third set. Mira Costa needs it. They need it to keep their season alive, as it is a one-and-done situation here this weekend. Win or go home is the scenario for all 8 of these teams coming in this weekend. As a service ace from the back line. That's a good swing from Soto from the back line. Just kind of floated it in. And Feather River going to take a timeout.
The single elimination's only been around for about 3 years now. They've tweaked this tournament several times. At one time it was an 18 double elimination, and it got crazy, and then they tweaked it to a 4-team, and it was also a double elimination. And they finally went to this single elimination to model the NCAA. And right now, it is different because teams before, when they'd come in the tournament, they could lose that first match. Yeah. And teams came out of the losers bracket to win it. El Camino did it twice. Yep. El Camino College. Cabrillo did it, coming out of that losers bracket. And here, now, in these last couple of years, you better bring your A game. And if you don't bring your A game, you're gone.
And it's very interesting because you're exactly right. You have to play your best game from the jump. You can't have a bad set. You can't take a set off. And we've seen it here today. Mira Costa a little nervous out of the start, maybe a little bit. Feather River looked very calm and controlled, and they've jumped out to a 2-0 lead. And, like you said, modeling after the NCAA, and that's, I think, a good thing for these ladies as well, is because a lot of them want to go on and play in the NCAA from the JUCO level.
Absolutely.
So it gives them that look as well.
137 players transferred to the 4-year level in last year's class.
And that just shows you the skill level here in California in the volleyball ranks on the women's side.
And that's from 54 different California community colleges. So the coaches they're respecting this level, and they understand that there's some really talented players like the Mira Nagassis of the world.
Absolutely. As if we don't see her playing at the next level, I'd be very shocked. So Otto will play this one in. Joust at the net. Nagassi keeps it up. Swing off the block. Carnes gets the kill. Actually, no, excuse me. I think they gave the point to... No, they did give it to Carnes. Sorry. As Peralta was trying to dive to get there and could not. So Nagassi will go back to serve. It's 19 all.
19, yep.
Tough inside set. Maleka couldn't get a good swing on it. Joyce couldn't get it over the net. I think I want to say it was almost even an illegal contact as she leapt. But it doesn't matter. It gives Mira Costa a 1-point advantage here in the third set. And again, a set they need. They need this set to keep the match alive.
Casillas is serving.
I think the first time we've seen her on the floor today. Freshman listed as a libero, but
right to Tua. Huh?
Yep, once again. And an error from Feather River, and the error is catching up to him a little bit here. Mira Costa with a 2-point advantage here in the third set. And so you get a good serve off of Sani Casillas, the freshman out of Rancho Buena Vista.
Yeah, you got to love that when a player gets sent in, has fresh and hasn't played in a state tournament match and comes in and pays dividends right away.
Goes right at Tua again. This time they're able to set far side to Thomas, but it's dug out. Now Torres' swing blocked. Kennedy pushes it over, and she gets the kill. And again, you can't teach size. It's you either have it or you don't.
Mira Costa, huh? They're up by 3. Biggest lead, 22-19 here in this third set.
As we'll take the timeout with them here on SoCal College Sports. More third set action when we come back. Continuing on here in the third set, Mira Costa with a 3-point advantage. As they need this set to keep the match alive, trailing 2-0. They set 2 once again to start. Nagassi tried to get it to Carnes, but her swing kept up. Soft touch from Torres, dug out by Nagassi. Bump set from Joyce, played over by Tua. And again, Feather River will get an attack. Nagassi just a soft touch. And he'll let Mira Costa go after it. Torres, power tip, no. Joyce with the bump set. Tua with the back line. Good rally back and forward.
Casillas on that dig.
Absolutely. Another dig from Joyce. Inside, soft touch. Joust at the net, kept up. Casillas keeps it alive again. Another joust at the net. Casillas again. Kept it off the floor.
Longest point of the match.
Absolutely. And it was a good one, too, back and forward from both sides. Casillas with a couple of good digs, but just couldn't get the last one, as you can see there. And it gets Feather River the point. They get back within 2. Carl back to serve. Floats it at Torres. Set to Kennedy. Blocked. Pushed over. And an illegal touch called against Mira Costa.
Block error.
So it makes it 22-21, a 1-point third set here. As Carl again will float it in. Torres, miss swing again and again. She can't find her rhythm today.
Just not having it together. She's very tough defense. A Feather River, look, can't take away from really good defense, and it's very tough to land a kill when you got players like Joyce and Agassi and Tua.
Yep.
On serve receive too.
As they've evened it up at 22-all, we'll take the break with them as well as Mira Costa calls a timeout here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. All here in the third set. Matt Robinson, Robert Lewis here with you. It's a Feather River serve. As this is the third set, and Feather River trying to close this one out in straight sets, leading 2-0. As it's played over. Torres into the block, kept up by Mira Costa. Again, they isolate Torres on the far side, does Feather River. And now they'll get a chance to swing. Thomas didn't get a lot on it. So Otto will set far side to the weak side to McDonald, but she played it into the tape, and Feather River back in the lead at 23-22. And just another attack error from Mira Costa. So we stay on the Maya Carl serve. Floats it long and a service ace. Mishandled by Savannah So'oto. And you can see the frustration from her on that one there, Robert, as it gives Feather River match point here. As we stay with the Carl serve. She's dangerous, had 52 aces coming in. She'll float it at Torres. She'll handle the first. They'll set Torres. Off the block, keeps the match alive. So now Feather River a chance to attack for it here. It's a good swing from Torres that time.
You can't think about the score right now if you're Mira Costa. You just have to play volleyball.
Absolutely.
They just fought off one match point.
Chance to try and fight off another one here is Cobal back to serve. She'll go at Tua. Nagasi sets Thomas, and she's got it. Thomas with the kill.
And I'm sure she'll be in double digits. A great victory for Feather River. You can't ask for anything better if you're a North #1 seed. You're playing in the 10 a.m. match. You get a sweep over Mira Costa in the first match. Now you get some rest, and the coach gets to scout everybody the next three matches.
And it was a good little fun match, even though it's a three-set victory, 3-0 for Feather River. Still, Mira Costa kept with them in the third set, just couldn't find it. And again, you talk about players, player of the match, Tua definitely there. I mean,
and Thomas, and that, again, we're not even talking about the two All-Americans, and we've seen some terrific plays from Agassi all match, and that one brilliant play where she dropped it over the net and a couple of backhand sets. But again, you gotta, to be a full team, you have to have everybody going, and they had Thomas going and Tua going. And Carnes at the net, and it just really, you have to be pleased with the way Feather River played. They were just solid from start to finish.
We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll clean up some final numbers for you and get you ready for the next match here at Southwestern College. Feather River with a 25-23 win, 3-0 here in this final set. Back here inside Southwestern College, a 3-0 win for Feather River as they advance on and end Mira Costa's season. And, we talked about it a lot, Robert. Feather River was the #1 seed out of the north, and you look at their key players today. Natalie Thomas with 12 kills on 27 attacks, and Leah Tua with 8 kills, but her game pretty much came back from the service line and the service play.
Yeah, Tua's deep. Again, the blocking. They had 5 team blocks, but that wasn't really the story. Their defense was unbelievable. Really neutralized Haley Torres. Haley Torres just 6 kills in 35 attempts. Uncharacteristic for her not to get in double digits. And Savannah Soto had 9 kills. And she was the one player who really stood out to me for Mira Costa. She had 10 digs, a well-played match for her. But again, so many weapons for Feather River. You look at their defense, you look at their serve. 3 aces each from Maya Carl and 3 aces from Laura Ornbarn.
Who are both bench players. They come off the bench into serve.
Yeah, so everything's working. Joyce had 12 assists and 12 digs and 6 assists. And Nagasi, her usual thing, 25 assists, 10 digs, 4 kills, and just a wonderful player to watch.
Did you talk about Nagasi? 6 matches with 20-plus or 10-plus kills 5 matches with 10-plus kills, 20-plus assists, but she hits 25. Doesn't quite get to 10 kills, but she didn't need to today, as Natalie Thomas extends her kill streak to 13 straight with 10-plus, as she was really the offensive player.
And Feather River, if you go back to that double loss on the same day, Folsom Lake and Cabrillo, how many sets have they won in a row now? Is that 30?
Something. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're 36 straight.
36 straight sets in 12 matches. So that's a statement right there, isn't it? Feather River looking for their first state title ever, and now they're in the semifinals.
And that's going to do it for us on this one. We'll have the next one for you. Grossmont and Cabrillo coming up next here from Southwestern College, but Feather River advances 25-23 here from the Women's Volleyball Championships here in the 3C2A.